Sebastian here for Comic Impact, bringing you another impactful origin, and this week we're going beyond the Secret Wars with the Beyonder. The Beyonder first appeared in Secret Wars #1, created by Jim Shooter and Mike Zeck. Now, the Beyonder, if you've read the original Secret Wars, is a godlike entity from another dimension with powers of omnipotence, omnipresence, can warp reality, and decides that he wanted to watch the struggle of good versus evil from our universe, snatching up many of our heroes and villains and had them duke it out for all eternity. Now, of course, he decided to let them go, but in leaving them, he decided that, hey, humanity's a lot more interesting than he originally thought it was, and later returned in Secret Wars #2, where he took on a human form to explore Earth and explore humanity. After that, in a Fantastic Four story called Secret Wars 3, the Beyonder decides to merge with Molecule Man, which of course removes quite a bit of his godlike abilities, but the being Cosmos decided to traverse the universe and much later decided that, hey, maybe the powers that it once had weren't all they were cracked up to be, and decided to become mortal. And with mortality comes death, or at least perceived death. In facing off against Thanos, the now mortal being the Maker is defeated, and of course Thanos, being the master tactician, decides that maybe we shouldn't just kill him outright, and if we kill him, the spirit, or at least the original being of the Beyonder, would more than likely leave the dead body and return to its godlike omnipotence and omnipresence. And much later, in Silver Surfer Annihilation, Thanos decides to make sure that the task was carried out in keeping the body alive but the brain dead, and sends one of his goons out, the former Fallen One, who was once a Herald of Galactus, and all they find is an empty husk of a body, potentially leaving that open for the Beyonder to return one day. Now, of course, later on in one of the Illuminati stories, they decided to change up the Beyonder's power set, giving him this he's a mutant, but he was also exposed to Terrigen gas at one point, making him half inhuman as well, and of course that was later rewritten in New Avengers #30 by Jonathan Hickman, and in turn decided to make the Beyonder simply a child, much like Trelane from the original Star Trek, the original series episode, about a child with godlike powers who decides to torture our heroes of the Enterprise. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to see more, give me a like, hit the subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and of course, go check out Secret Wars 1 and Secret Wars 2, and if you can find it, Secret Wars 3 from that Fantastic Four story arc. Very, very cool stuff. And of course, there is another Beyonder story, or at least a Beyonder story that doesn't really have the Beyonder in it, written by Dwayne McDuffie. And of course, I talked about Dwayne McDuffie for a little bit in the Static origin video I did a little bit ago. So please check it out. It's a great book. Really, really interesting, and a good insight into how the Marvel heroes sort of perceive the Beyonder in their universe. Again, thank you for watching, and I will see you next week.